Tonight, we are getting a rare look inside Wisconsin's Foxconn project in a new book by a former executive. Foxconn never delivered on its original promise, but in an exclusive interview, Alan Yeung makes no apologies for what they tried to accomplish and for what they achieved. In the summer of 2018, President Trump traveled to Mount Pleasant for a groundbreaking ceremony with high hopes. The president had called Foxconn's plans for Wisconsin the eighth wonder of the world. But even as the project was getting started, it was already coming under heavy scrutiny. Why did Foxconn end up in Wisconsin?
Well, I think the primary reason was Governor Walker and his administration.
Former Foxconn executive Alan Yeung was a key player for the project and worked behind the scenes on the deal. He has written a book titled Flying Eagle, the nickname for the Wisconsin project. So what would you say to people if they read the book, what would they learn, who are saying Foxconn failed in Wisconsin?
I think that's a wrong perspective. It might not have actually worked the way the original plan had been intended. But so far, I think with the investment made by the company, the local community, and the state, and also the federal government, it is a good thing. Yeung, a University of Wisconsin graduate, says Foxconn's plan was to invest in America. The world's biggest electronics manufacturer is known for assembling Apple's iPhones overseas. In Wisconsin, Foxconn signed a deal to specifically build flat panel display screens for TVs in a massive manufacturing facility with cutting edge technology. The state agreed to pay nearly $3 billion in tax credits if Foxconn created 13,000 jobs and invested $10 billion. Why do you think that part of it did not happen? Well, I think there are a few factors involved. One of them is the market condition had changed. By the same token, I think the business environment in Wisconsin had changed a little bit.
The change included Foxconn losing its biggest supporter of the project when Tony Evers beat Scott Walker in 2018. Evers was not a fan of the state's financial deal because of the enormous cost to taxpayers. To keep Foxconn in Wisconsin, Evers' team pushed for an amended agreement to reflect a much smaller, scaled-back project. The new agreement went from a $10 billion investment from Foxconn to $672 million and 13,000 jobs to up to 1,450. Would you say that Foxconn overpromised?
I think we can use Thomas Edison as example. Thomas Edison tried 100 times, and he only found one time for the light bulb to work. We had a lot of ideas, great vision. I think we tried, and there are many things that we actually succeeded. If you don't aim high, you never get there. I think we're not going to apologize for trying hard.
Foxconn says its investment in Wisconsin now totals $1 billion, and next year it will pay at least $30 million in property taxes in Racine County. Now, in 2020, the state says Foxconn invested $266 million and created 579 jobs for assembling servers at the facility to qualify for $30 million in tax credits in Wisconsin.